So good morning, everybody. This is the latest in the Secrets of a Dam character podcast series. We're talking with author Jim A. Shaw about a major female character in the first book of Secrets of the Dam to Kirk. Jim, can you tell us about her?
Susan Becker. She is, she's, let's just call her the love interest.
Ooh.
She works at a funeral home. She's the director and embalmer. And she's known throughout town by her friends as the gal who always has the get-rich scheme on the go.
The cash lady.
Well, she's always trying to figure out a way to become rich.
Mm-hmm.
She's also in an AA program. In fact, this is where John Curtis meets her, because John Curtis becomes her sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous. And these two formed a very close friendship based on the crap they went through as alcoholics. She, as I keep telling people, she's extremely intelligent and she's very observant, and nothing gets past her. She's like Patrick Waugh in the Nets. Nothing gets by her.
But she's no Patrick Waugh. Nobody is.
Right, that's true. And John later introduces Susan to Jack, and he's got his fingers crossed, hoping that sparks will fly between the two of them.
Now, describe her a little bit. Is she blonde, brunette? What's her? Is she physically imposing? She's
got dark hair and beautiful brown eyes. And she's a very nice looking woman.
When she walks in a room, people take notice, is what you're saying.
Exactly, but yet she's kind of frumpy. She thinks she's just a regular plain old person.
Well, frumpy's beautiful too. It depends. Everything's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Well, it certainly is.
See, that's what we're hoping to do when people get into Secrets of the Damned, because Jim has worked for years literally on character development. We want to make sure the Secrets of the Damned supporters see the characters as part of who they are and what Jim is trying to present.
All you folks that know me, you know I'm frumpy, so I like frumpy.
Well, frumpy can be good, but like I said, it didn't hurt Gwyn Dyer for years. He wore the same leather jacket for years. Look how much money he made, but that's off the point. Now, with this female character, she basically becomes a big part of the first book.
Oh, she's a huge part.
Without giving the first book away too much, when does she really become extremely important in that group of friends?
I would say it has to be during Jack and Susan's first date. And they go to Old Home Week.
Great event, by the way. Fictional Old Home Week.
Oh, it's the fictional Old Home Week.
Not the one at Woodstock, no comparison.
But it's been accurately portrayed.
Yes. Did you go to Connell Park? Did you go to the...
They go up to the Connell Park and go on the exhibition grounds and go through the buildings, and eventually they go and watch the parade and come back later on, and they go on some rides. Yeah, the
Old Home Week is considered one of the biggest festivals in New Brunswick, similar to St. John Exhibition and Frankton Exhibition. Now, the locales in Woodstock play a big, important role in the book because, Woodstock is a very beautiful town, a lot of vistas. Is there any romance you can talk about without giving too much away besides the visit? Does something come to a head, as we say?
Elements of romance.
Elements of romance.
It doesn't come to a head exactly in the Kirk.
Yeah, but stay tuned, as we say.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We don't want to give too much away because if people gave away too many spoilers, any creators, we're not going to make any money. Because
well, the guy's still getting over the loss of his wife.
Yeah.
So he's got that in his mind.
Yeah, because he wants to remain faithful in a way.
Right. Faithful to the memory.
Faithful to the memory, because the memory's so strong.
He still wears his wedding ring.
Well, actually, you'd be surprised. A lot of widows do. Mm-hmm. But it's more of a remembrance of what could be and what was. Because people take positive memories, especially people dealing with loss, like Jack is like many people who've lost a family member or a close family member. You want to keep the strength of that individual alive. Even though physically they're not here, you want to keep the spirit alive.
I'll say one thing about Susan. If any of you people out there are Star Wars fans, think of Princess Leia and you've got Susan down pat. Especially how Susan takes, or I should say how Leia takes control in the Death Star, that sequence. Well, Susan does very similar things. She's a take-charge woman. She doesn't sit back and let things happen around her. She'll grab the bull by the horns and give him a shake.
And if George Lucas is listening to this, no copyright infringement was intended, because Carrie Fisher, we all know when she was in her teens and her 20s, everybody respected Carrie Fisher and sometimes was scared of her because she was so intense. I mean, Dan Aykroyd, Paul Simon, the different boyfriend she had, noted that she wasn't one to be messed around with, just like your character in the Kirk.
Well, I think that every story should have strong female characters
I
because
agree.
men and women are equal. So I wanted an equal partner for Jack and Max and John, and it took three guys to equal Susan. She's very take charge kind of gal.
So, Jim, thanks a lot for this interview on this cold December morning. Again, we want to remind everybody that Book 1 is available on Amazon. The audiobook with our great voice actress from Ontario, Noraga, is still in process. And as we always like to say here in Carleton County, Peter Kirk.